All right, here we go. Let's get serious.
And 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome to Caffeinated and Confident. I'm Harlow.
I'm JP.
And we are here on episode 8. Man, here we go again. Hey, we're consistent now. So today we are going to talk about Nashville being unhealthy, but really caffeinated.
And it ties off of our last episode of us talking about self-care and new age of health. So it's like, well, the obvious thing was to say, oh, well, if this is the new age of health, how healthy is Nashville?
But Tennessee as a whole fails pretty dramatically. We're in the bottom 10 on any report you want to look at for health.
Is that, now that's the state of Tennessee or that's the city of Nashville?
That's the state of Tennessee. If you dial into Nashville and you start looking at healthy cities, we're like always mid-range. Most of these studies do anywhere between 150 to 200 cities that they, who's healthy. And we always fall in the 80s, right? We're right in the middle. 100,000. I'm sorry. Yes, we are. Yeah, we're higher, right? So there's every other place has. We are 5 something per 100,000. Everyone else has like 7 or 8 per 100,000.
Gyms
or fitness centers.
Yeah.
So we fall off there, and then. Of course, I dialed into all the other stuff. Even HPV showed up on some of the reports for, childhood stuff. Vaccinations, which actually Tennessee ranks fairly high in all vaccination categories, which we're not going to get the measles.
Right, yeah.
And that was the main purpose. But then also we got to look at population, like how I don't know how they gauge, density of population.
Right.
Which we're growing.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're leading in the growth.
Yeah, Nashville's killing the growth. And, of course, some of these reports, even though they come out early 2019, they're reflecting 2018 numbers in Nashville, as we both know growing up here.
Since then, it's just,
yeah.
I want to say it's grown exponentially, like double type growth.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always you hear the urban legends of 100 people a day moving to Nashville. I mean, I don't know how they track that. 100 people moving to Nashville today. I don't know how many keeps up with that.
Right. But I want to say that the latest legend was that it had fallen below 100, but it was still within the 80s or 90s.
That's a lot, man. That's, that's over what? If you just do the quick math, that's 2,500 people a month moving to Nashville. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Where are all those jobs at?
Jobs are there. Where are they? Where are all these people living at?
Yeah. They're living 3 to 4 people per Airbnb until they can find a place.
Which does that lead to also being unhealthy?
Right. And then I guess my question, too, is the stat line is based on, year after year after year. But if you're getting all these new people, when is the new data? Are these new people coming from the healthier locations? Like in the same study, Hawaii, of course, always ranks in the top 5. I mean, it's a beautiful place.
Oh, yeah, and they're eating, fresh fish, fresh food, Spam.
I hear that's real healthy for you. With gravy.
Good fat in the morning, right?
Yeah. Keto.
Yeah. That's what they're doing out there. Keto diet. That's Hawaiian for healthy.
And then, of course, you got the Colorados. So, Colorado does have pretty good weather, but it does get really cold there. But like you talked.
I was going to say, it seems to be more of an outdoor recreational type city, so it promotes that outdoor living, skiing, running, biking, whatever that, mountains.
Yeah.
I mean, can't just be around a mountain and not climb it.
That's right. Or ski down it.
Right.
And then one that kind of even caught me by surprise, even though over the years I've seen Minnesota pops up in the top 5 healthiest places.
That's amazing.
Right? Like they get like 2 months of summer.
And it's cold all year long.
So maybe ice hockey is the key to health.
That is. Or it's that natural cryotherapy that just promotes new blood flow.
Yeah, new blood flow, your muscles are never tired. I mean, you just go outside. It's cold.
And you survive. Yeah. It's that natural, evolved.
Right. So
it's healthy now.
With when you name those, and of course California is always going to pop up in health. That's what they do. You know, gyms per capita out there.
Oh yeah,
crazy. Obesity rate's actually lower out there, or the measured obesity rate always shows up lower. A lot of,
Yeah, they got wine country and the beach. I mean,
yeah, you're living.
You
pretty
get
good.
vitamin D and some red wine. You're good.
Stress is probably down a little bit, right?
Yeah.
All the commercials say that it is.
Well, yeah. Aside from traffic out there
and earthquakes.
Yeah. Which joking aside.
Yeah, that's serious.
That is serious.
So that brings us into kind of.
So it's like, if we're this unhealthy and all these other cities are beating us,
and we're growing at the rate
we're growing, but also the fact that Nashville itself has become a healthcare mecca for industry, for technology healthcare, for research healthcare. We have one of the top leading research hospitals here in Nashville. So even with all those entwined in the city, we're still ranking below, some of these up. We're still at the bottom.
But the question you have to ask, and I think we've asked, is because you said, all right, we have one of the leading healthcare companies and one of the leading research hospitals. They don't make money unless someone's sick.
It's true.
So
the money is in the treatment.
Yeah. So it takes away from that self-care. I don't see either one of those promoting self-care. I will say the healthcare corporations try to offer to their employees, but they're also trying to keep their healthcare costs down, right? So they're not like coming out like some of these companies are billion-dollar companies. I don't see them trying to help build green space, which also Nashville lacks in, evidently. Still, that was a big surprise to me.
Yeah, and we've really put some money into some of those greenways, but I don't think there's been enough focus on those as far as accessible for like daily commute type stuff. So you could ride your bike to downtown.
And that's an awesome point on maybe why we're also unhealthy, because we do have so much car time. I mean, California does too, but I think when they're not in the car, they don't want to be near a car, so they're walking around, riding bikes, skateboards, one wheels,
right?
Whatever.
Don't get me started on one wheel.
I know.
Don't do it.
I always jab you with that one. But Nashville being unhealthy is, I don't know. Because based on what we try to live, right, it's just hard to swallow.
It really is.
Especially being a true Nashvilleian, like we're unicorns. I was like, wow, that's a punch to the face.
Right? No, and now I can understand the common misconception or the common traits of people think Southern food, it's greasy or fatty or lots of arteries, and it does.
Yeah.
When we're known for like hot chicken and Waffle House, it's not the best type of diet. But it even with all that said, it was surprising to know that we were still ranked so low.
Yeah, and I still ask, why do we stay there? Like, I follow.
What are we missing as a city?
We've never been out of the top, or I should say, we've never been out of the bottom 10 in state health. And then Nashville haven't dialed in as hard, but still we're always in the middle of the pack from what I can find out. Why is that, man? Like, there's so much going on here. And again, some of the stats, right? Green space blows my mind that we're low on that. Smoking's high. It doesn't really blow my mind because we're in the South.
But they did ban, you're not able to smoke in a lot of bars. You're not able to smoke in any restaurant that I know of. So they put some policy in place to push that no smoking forward, but there's still a vast number of the population that still smokes,
Well, you got to get your smoke breaks at work, right? You don't get fresh air breaks.
Well, they're called vape breaks now.
Oh, they're vape breaks.
Vape.
Don't let that blow up in your mouth.
Yeah.
Sucking on a battery. But to bring it into the food, like you were talking about there, I mean, just here close to the gym, I really sat back and tried to think, all right, we're going to run and get something to eat tonight. What do we have? We have like 5 burger places.
And that's within what? Less than a mile of this place.
Less than a mile. We could all walk there.
Individually, not not McDonald's or Burger King type stuff, but legit. Like, what are they called those? Not specialty burger places, but like...
there's specialty.
Yeah, sort of. But yeah, there's this whole road, burgers and beer.
And hot chicken. It's one of the busiest places on the street. And then I was like, well, or pizza. And then honestly, there's only one of those, right? There's
two. I think there's one behind us.
Oh, yeah.
There's one up here.
So, and again, we're not talking corporate stuff. This is, if you get into the corporate stuff, then you
this-
really trash the whole street up.
This is local, homegrown type stuff.
And sitting back, and unless you want a juice bar, but I really just don't want to suck on some sugar.
I think there's one vegetarian place down here.
Yeah, there
but
is the one, right?
There's out of all of these restaurants,
You got one.
yeah,
and
they're hard to find.
Yeah,
So
and not to say vegetarian is the way to go, but just trying to go get some healthy vegetables and a healthy meat that you're really not going to get it on the street. Really, I'm seriously lost. I mean, a couple of breakfast places where you can get some, coffee. Tons of coffee shops too. Coffee, eggs, and fruit. Yeah, you can do that, but still, at the end of the day, those eggs are covered in butter. And,
yeah, covered in butter
or whatever they cook in.
and deliciousness.
Deliciousness. That is an ingredient that you must have.
It's a legit ingredient.
Yeah.
Salt, pepper, and deliciousness, aka lard.
Lard. Hey, don't mess with lard.
Dude, that's
That's where it's at.
yeah.
Unprocessed. But with talking about, again, all these factors, Nashville's booming, restaurants are flowing in here, people from every region of the world are flowing in here.
Jobs are coming in. Amazon moved here.
Amazon, which, their campus, I've always heard their campus is very fitness oriented. They want you moving the campus in the corporate world. Now, I don't know about the warehouses.
They want you moving in the warehouse, but just to pick that product.
Right. So you're getting a sweat in the warehouse, I promise. So what are we missing here in Nashville? What is it? Or why is the South so still held back? Because in the bottom 10, it's mainly all the southern states.
Oh yeah.
Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, us, kind of that quadrant. Florida never makes it in the low, but it's Florida. I think you're still dancing on that, California vibe. So I don't get why.
I think it's a lot of has to do with people don't want to. Well, a lot of it has to do with tradition, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, that's the way my parents cook. That's the way my mom cooked. Her grandmother cooked. So those meals are passed down, and so people think, oh, that's my comfort food. I have to eat that. Mm-hmm. Same thing with like smoking or any type of tobacco use. It's they learned it from family, or that's just the group or the system that they were part of. Other than that, it's like we like beer, we like fried chicken, and football,
And football, right?
and so
tailgating,
yeah,
right.
And tailgating, and party, and grilling out back and barbecuing. We're not known for like our green space or our hiking or outdoor activities. We're known for let's put on a party.
And honestly, too, there was for the past 5 years, I think, at least 4 years, Metro was charging tax on fitness. Like, if you wanted to go get a gym membership, you had sales tax. Then as an owner, you had to pay another business tax to be a gym, which in my mind is totally backwards unless these big healthcare corporations are like, oh, we don't want people too healthy. And again, that's me throwing judgment on healthcare, right? But again, healthcare companies get paid on sick people, not.
Right. Oh yeah. The money's in the treatment.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it should have been the opposite. So if you're promoting a healthy lifestyle, you should get some sort of, I don't want to say incentive, but you should get some sort of relief on that tax end.
Right.
So the fact that they took it away is great, but I think they could still do a little bit more.
Yeah, and I do think some of the parks that we have here, right? They're missing. My wife and I just got back from Miami. It's Miami. People like to be fit. All along the beach, there was these little workout. Wasn't much. It was like adult monkey bars. To be honest, you can knock out some dips, knock out some pull-ups. They had some odd little elliptical things on the beach. I'm not saying do that.
It's movement.
It's movement, right? Great. You're walking along the beach, so great green space to feel comfortable on.
And you also want to get that pump before you take your shirt off.
Right. I always do push-ups before I leave to go on the beach.
Always.
But Nashville, if you go to any park here, there's really none of that. I mean, there's usually a kid's playground, and sometimes it's not even the best.
Oh, and around here they have a soda station before you go to a park.
The food trucks.
I'm dead serious. Like, a lot of the water parks around here will say, come to our park, free soft drinks all day long, and, free sugar, basically. Yeah. Free diabetes.
Free diabetes.
For coming to our park.
Hey, if you're not from the South, Sundrop. That's all I got to say. No one's going to know what that is, probably. But Sundrop will give you the diabetes.
It will. It will take your foot.
It will take your foot in a nice citrusy flavor.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what are we missing? Also, like you brought in the Southern cooking. Last episode, we talked about those farmers that lived to be 80 and 90 that ate the lard, the biscuits, but they were outside sweating.
And there's something to be said with whatever you're taking in, but are you also putting in some work?
Yeah, are you burning it?
Yeah.
Are you using it as fuel, or are you just using it as
something like a hug? Yeah.
A
lot of people do. Like
yeah.
they use food as
Comfort.
Comfort food. If any type of emotion causes them to eat.
Yeah. And stress, or is that part of it? Has Nashville now, because of the growth and how fast it's moving, has stress spiked, which you would hope people would go try to find some kind of relief for that, but that's hard sometimes. Has that caused the increase or the plateau where you just can't get out of the unhealthiness?
So, well, on the flip side of that, what small steps even can you and I do, or the city of Nashville, to try to have that mind change or mind flop to where it's like the switch just goes off and says, oh, we can do these small things and really change small portions of whatever lifestyle we're living to maybe work on that that overall health ranking of Nashvillians and of Tennesseans.
Honestly, I mean, I always have to bring it back. Yeah, adults have to be the role models, so we have to bring it to our kids. Metro, over the years, budget cuts or just not having enough money. Again, we're not in Metro because we moved out of the county to get to a better school district. But PE or more activity. I'm a big fan of the stand-up desk mantra, or if you want to call it a mantra, like that's really rolling out of California in that area, where kids are more active. Instead of going and sitting down at a desk for 6 hours a day. And they say standing desks, but they have stools. They're not just standing up all day. Like people freak out. But I think we have to start there first. Drive fitness into the schools, or drive health. I won't even say fitness. Drive health into the school systems. Cafeterias here have always been, C-grade food. I know it's expensive.
Whoa. So sloppy joes aren't good for you?
It can be.
Okay.
Right? If you really cooked them and didn't open the can.
Well, and they could use, a leaner meat or turkey or,
something like that. You
Yeah.
know? I mean, I'm not saying pizza's great, and I'm not saying just make these kids eat salad and fruit and, every day. They're kids. So, you got to.
But cut out the vending machine out of every hallway and stop giving them, free snacks in the morning with donuts and stuff.
Right. Definitely, I think cut out the vending machine or soda machines. I just don't think soda machines have a place in the school system. And I know it's a money driver and it gets some extra coin there, but I think there's too many alternatives now. Put in those really good water bottle filling stations. Let the kids bring their water bottle. Actually, our school up in Wilson County has those in each room, which I love. That's one of my favorite things. I will say, though, that even our school, it's new when it first opened. Huge technology school. Every kid gets a Chromebook. But when the school opened, it did not have a playground. They ran out of money. They ran out of money because they put it all into the technology, and did not. That was a little miffed. And luckily, one of the local businesses up in that part of Tennessee came forth and just wrote a check, said put a playground on here. But again, it didn't. School started and it was after Christmas, so they had a whole semester with no playground. I mean, they were outside running, in the gym running. There's something to be said about a playground.
Yeah, or that, and that's a break for a kid.
Right.
So when they're at a desk for 2-3 hours,
Yeah.
they need to get out there and expend some energy and move. But there's also, I think, an opportunity for schools or even businesses to really incorporate some of that movement into just basic learning. So you can do activities where you're moving, but you're also learning something.
Right.
So they could also, almost blend those two together to make it, a seamless transition to where you're really promoting that healthier lifestyle, but then you're still learning your basic, elements,
Right.
you want to call it.
Well, I mean, in my world, you can always tie math to fitness. That's an easy tie. You got to count your reps. You got to do X amount here, X amount there. You got to put, how many reps did you do? And also anatomy, you tie all that. Nutrition, that's a good educate. Your science, your chemistries and your science. I'm not saying tell these kids how to break down an amino acid or anything like that, but just, the very bullet point basic stuff and help drive their knowledge. So as they get older, they can make good decisions too, right?
Absolutely. And it does it. And I mean, it really starts with any type of change.
Yeah.
It starts with, with the youth or with the younger generation, because they'll be the ones that implement those changes. It's tougher for us to change because we're sort of set in our ways. We can do it. It takes a little work. But I think kids, because they don't know any different, they're like, oh, this is the way you do it? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And, you have our age group who are stuck in the ways or older teaching those kids, right? So that's also the hard part. You got to get the older, and then leading into, you got to get the older generation, speaking of us, to change their mindset. But Nashville the city has to step up, or the new companies coming into the city have to step up and really push the agenda of wellness. Because we're all trying to work hard and fast, and sometimes that wellness element suffers. That self-care suffers hard.
It's pushed to the back, and it's not really pushed to the forefront where it should be promoted and intertwined with whatever.
Right.
You can build new businesses here, but can people access those through the green space?
Yeah.
Or you can build a burger place, but...
Did you offer something to your employees?
Well, and the same thing, it's like, how many burger places do you need on one road? Can we limit that?
Probably not, because Metro wants the taxes, right? They want that tax dollar.
But I mean, there's got to be some sort of plan to really make it more walkable, more accessible to, like I said, the green spaces, or more of a not fitness, but more of a healthier lifestyle type setting, to where it's not just drive through, grab and go, or, park and then you sit down and, you eat your fried chicken and,
hot chicken.
And, there's got to be some sort of option, I guess.
Right. And options are key, and hopefully that's where we're at. Growth, right? Options are coming. There's a lot more gyms opening.
A lot more gyms.
Or, whatever that is. And again, when you say gym, that's not come in and lift weights, not Planet Fitness. A lot of cycle, spin class gyms. That's what you're going to do. You're going to walk in, you're going to do a really hard spin class cycle. Yoga, consider that. You can call that fitness, wellness gym. Bar, if you like that stuff. There's just tons of stuff popping up.
And there's a place down the street that sort of incorporated both. So I think it's called Sandbar.
Oh, yeah, the outdoors.
But they've also got outdoor volleyball, or they've also, they're active there, but that you can still grab a fruity drink, but you're still out there moving and doing stuff. So that business is doing well because they're sort of promoting, hey, you guys can come have fun and be active, but we'll also serve you,
And I will say, leading on that area is called One City in Nashville, and that was their whole agenda, is to bring the corporate world with some wellness model around it. Right? They have a good walking green space. They do have some fitness events over there. Yes, they have like the sand volleyball courts. There is a CrossFit right there in the middle of it.
They have a good coffee shop over there.
Good coffee shop, which we're leading into that, right? I think
there's coffee shops everywhere now.
There's coffee shops everywhere, and I have a belief that, the fitness world loves their coffee. So where's the miss there? We have a lot of coffee shops in this town. But yeah, getting back into that One City, I think that's the model, and it can be tweaked too. Because again, there's Tennessee Orthopedic, which I get it. That's more I got hurt in athletics or age, my hips. You're probably going to see them.
Yeah,
soon.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, you're probably going to see those guys soon.
Yeah.
But they're tying all that together. I think Microsoft's over there, so those corporate guys,
they're there.
Corporate ladies and guys can go out and walk the green space.
Well, you don't have to leave so you can go to work, go grab coffee, walk to get coffee, walk to on your break through some greenway spaces. Yeah. You can walk to the park. It's right over off the bridge there.
Yeah, exactly. And I think maybe that's what we need to do in the city, in this town, is get into that campus model where you have this green space that's anchored by businesses. I think that's where we need to go. We're developing, and we're just going vertical.
Right, and I think that was a great point. We could really merge those two, where we're developing based off of the green space.
Yep. Instead of off the asphalt.
Oh, dude, I think that would be a game changer here.
Yeah. And kind of tying off what you said about that coffee, though, seriously, there are, and we're not talking, again, getting out of the corporate coffees, which you can go get sugared up on.
So minus Starbucks.
Minus Starbucks and a couple others. I mean, there's honestly within, a mile, maybe, we'll call it 2 miles, of this gym, there's like 25 plus.
Legit, like individually, local coffee shops.
Right? And the reason we're kind of tying, yes, we talked about Nashville Unhealthy and Nashville, and it's the title of this is Nashville Unhealthy and Caffeinated because for me and Jay, we're in coffee shops a lot. When I walk in and look around, I mean, I'm seeing, especially in these mom and pop style coffee shops or, local cafes, I'm seeing pretty healthy people.
Yeah, because when we'll get up, the people I see have gotten up early, done their workout, and then they're there either refueling or they're just, they're like, we've done our run, let's go have some coffee now.
Yeah, or breakfast. Yeah. Get your fuel.
I love it.
So is there a play? Is there a tie with the caffeinated world? Or, again, if you follow all these big-time players in the fitness world, they're always caffeinated, right? They're anything from coffee to tea, which we talk about tea a lot, to these new zero-calorie caffeinated drinks that are supposed to be good for you. Still, I mean, 0 calories, you always have to question.
Yeah, 0 sugar, 0, natural flavors, but they're better than it's better than drinking a Red Bull.
Exactly. The syrup, the cough medicine.
Yeah.
There's better alternatives out there, but yeah, I see a lot of, and I don't know, but I in my head, and Caffeinated Confident kind of lends to that, the whole title of our show. I work out, I like my coffee, or I do my caffeine. I don't try to, do 600 milligrams of caffeine a day. By no means do I do that. But I just feel like it ties together.
I know, I agree, and it does. There is a huge, mesh there between fitness world and caffeine because, I mean, that's half that people's pre-workout stuff is jacked up on caffeine.
Yeah.
So it's huge. I think huge.
And again, I guess I would tend. I mean, and we know caffeine gets you energized, gets the blood flowing. It does open up the it opens up the vascular system.
Yeah, it switches my brain on.
Get you going. So I get it. But so is there a tie there? Can we get some of these coffee shops instead of doing, art shows and stuff like that? Can we somehow figure out how to get those tied into the wellness game?
Can you and I go to some? Well, like you said, there's 25 of these coffee shops around here.
Right.
Let's take our show on the road and set up at some of these coffee shops and give you guys a tasting type setting. We'll invite maybe the local baristas or coffee owners to come sit down and maybe critique their coffee or give some more backstory on the flavors or why they came up or whatever. But I think we could really be utilizing those 25 coffee shops.
And also, again, going back to our whole kind of standard here, community, right? Is that where we help wellness? We use the coffee shops to bring the community together to really push the agenda of wellness overall. I think yes. I think
makes
that's
sense
a definite,
to me.
Definite yes, right?
I agree. Yeah.
It's a laid-back environment. You're not being uptight. We can have these coffee tastings to get like you said, we're going to get our brain working, and then let the conversation flow from there.
It's a lot more relaxed in there. Not it's one of those low stress environments.
Yeah.
Time slows down. So yeah, I think it's a good combination for us.
So speak it, do it.
Speak it and do it.
So we're going to do that.
We did it once with episode 3.
Episode 3, yeah.
But I think we're really missing some great opportunity with some of these ones that are right beside the gym.
Right. Yeah. Again, walking distance of the gym.
We could work out by carry. We could carry our equipment down there. That counts as like a farmer's carry.
It does.
And then we set up there, do our show, walk back
with our coffee.
Yeah.
Add weight, right?
Yep.
Add weight. That's what you got to do.
Add weight.
Add weight. But I think we covered it, right? Did we cover it?
We covered it. I think, yeah.
I mean, Nashville has to get better. I think to sum this all up, it's sad that we're in a city that has all these great healthcare companies.
All this growth,
period. And what has all these community locations, coffee shops, but the green space is missing. So, and it can't go really do a green space thing as often as you like. But again, Nashville really has to get involved in that. I mean, right now they are pushing the education agenda because the schools are growing and growing and growing. Plug it in right there. Start early.
Exactly.
I get it. Teachers need more money. Yes, because they keep our children 8 hours of the day. So let's get them, but also let's let the teachers have a chance. I would be happy as a citizen of the city if a teacher wanted to go get certified in nutrition or CrossFit or yoga or whatever, any certification, just strength and conditioning. Metro would pay for it, right? What's wrong with that?
Right.
Or host it at the school. Let other people come in and use the schools to your advantage.
Yeah, I think we're really missing a great opportunity with starting with the youth, not only with nutrition and fitness, but like a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Maybe programming. Coding.
Oh, don't get me started in that. We totally need that.
Yeah. But with that said, the city's got to step up. We got to continue our model here and push as much as we can. We're a small gym, but we really try to get our members to step out. And as the future rolls, we'll be getting out in the community a lot more and pushing this wellness agenda. And I always use the word wellness because I don't want people just to think you got to come in and throw weights to be part of our community. I want them to really understand, like, even if you just want a little nutrition knowledge, you're welcome
come
here.
in.
Yeah, or if you want to find out the science, even knowing more about coffee can lead to other discoveries, right? Like, why do I feel good when I drink the coffee that's, but also I don't need the sugary coffee. Kind of balance it out.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, just come in. Yeah, just
stop by.
If you just want to come and talk to us, come and talk to us.